Jones Dairy Farm is a seventh-generation family-owned and operated company located in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. For more than 135 years, Jones has been using real, natural ingredients, original recipes, and time-honored traditions to create distinctive and timeless products. Jones is known for producing premium, all-natural breakfast sausage, naturally smoked hams and Canadian bacon, all-natural meatballs, and dry-aged bacon. All certified gluten-free. Have you ever been to a tropical dance party? Here's your chance. I'm talking about the Canopy Sessions at one of Madison's most unique spots, the Bowles Conservatory. On Fridays, December 13th, 20th, and 27th from 6 to 8 p.m., you can kick off your weekend with a live concert, soak up some tropical warmth, and enjoy performances by some of our region's finest musicians. We're talking Latin American fusion band La Combi, jazz styles featuring Andean and Afro-Caribbean rhythms from the Richard Hildner Armancanqui Quartet, and some soulful Americana music from Robert J. and the Moon Gypsies. Learn more and get your tickets in advance at olbrich.org. Today on City Cast Madison. Have you ever played a pull tab? They're those little gambling cards you pop rows open on to reveal slot machine-esque icons. They're really fun, and you can find them in countless Madison bars. But something you might not know is how they exist at all. Our state gets pretty proprietary, i.e. super restrictive about any gambling outside of our official state lotto. But the pull tab creator outsmarted the system, and his brainchild lives on. We're bringing back our conversation with Milwaukee journalist T. Krulos, who has the story. It's Wednesday, December 11th. I'm Bianca Martin, and here's what Madison's talking about. Happy Wednesday! It's Bianca here. Before we jump into the conversation today, I wanted to remind you that we are in the middle of our year-end membership campaign. You can support our show right now and get a free City Cast Madison tote bag by heading to membership.citycast.fm. You want to be rolling in these streets with that tote bag. T, hello.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yes, thanks for joining us. So, before we get too deep, what is a pull tab?
Yeah, so people might have noticed this in a bar, even if they haven't played it, but pull tabs are these little cardboard pieces, and they cost $1, and you have this sort of satisfying unzipping of these tabs on the back, and you can potentially win.
That's a good way to describe it, satisfying unzipping.
It is. It's got like this texture and feeling when you pull it.
Yes.
And on the other side are these little like slot machine icons, like fruits and symbols. And you could win. You're not going to win a huge fortune, but you could win a few dollars and a maximum jackpot of $250, which, you know, it's some money. It's good.
Yeah. So they're in taverns across Madison, and I did encounter them and have used them. I was like, what is going on here? What is this? Because there's a bar over in Atwood, and I got one. I won $1 right off the bat. And you know what I did with that $1? I bought another pull tab.
Exactly. Yeah. I've played quite a few times, especially when I was working on this article, and I'm going to tell you the max that I won was $2.
Okay.
But you know what? I was excited that I won $2. I was like, hey, I won something.
It's a thrill. That's what, and that's part of the story, right? Is like, how is this legal? It's like a sort of gambling, but the max you can win is $250. So
yeah.
And you wrote a story. The origin story is even stranger than you might think.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're called Wisconsin Souvenir Milkcaps.
Yes, that is the major pull tab publisher here in Wisconsin. And the story is really convoluted and strange and kind of a rabbit hole, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's a part in your article that was like, you asked different folks like, how does this work? And the bar owners or the bar folks, they didn't even know.
No one
and
really
they had a
knows.
bunch of great guesses.
No one really knows. And to be honest, even after all the work I did, I'm not sure that I understand entirely.
We're still a teeny bit confused. Well, your article did a great job of describing it. So I feel like I kind of understand. But so let's talk about the origin story, the Wisconsin Souvenir Milkcaps. Who came up with this idea?
This was invented by a guy named Walter Borer, and he was in the business of providing what you call coin-operated amusement machines to bars. So that would be jukeboxes, pinball machines, stuff like that. And he had this idea. He was heading into retirement, and he came up with this company as sort of a retirement business. And here is the major thing that he considered. So I want to read you Wisconsin Statute 100.16 parenthesis 1. And this is one sentence, by the way. Okay, here it goes.
Okay.
No person shall sell or offer to sell anything by the representation or pretense that a sum of money or something of value, which is uncertain or concealed, is enclosed within or may be found with or named upon the thing sold, or that will be given to the purchaser in addition to the thing sold, or by any representation, pretense, or device by which the purchaser is informed or induced to believe that money or something of value may be won or drawn by chance by reason of the sale, period.
I read that beforehand like 3 times, and I thought, I'm just going to let him explain because that's ridiculous.
So that statute pretty much says that you
summed it up.
You can't, yes, very clearly, right? Very, very clearly. Yeah. So what all that long language means is that you can't sell gambling devices. However, that statute also provides exceptions to that rule. And this is where Walter saw loopholes that he could take advantage of. So there's a couple of arguments as to why this is not an illegal gambling piece. And one is that if you can attach the gambling piece to something of value, then you can find that loophole. So, for example, McDonald's will do their Monopoly game, and you get a game piece, but you also get French fries with it, right?
Classic. Loved those, the little stickers.
Yeah. So a lot of companies do that. And so Walter was like, he remembered that when he was a child, they used to do milk delivery, and on the milk caps, they had a little game, and you would pull a tab, and you could win a free quart of milk or some ice cream or butter. But because it was attached to a bottle of milk, then that made it legal. So he remembered that, and at the time he formed this company, Pogs were very popular. I don't know if you remember Pogs.
From the 90s?
Yes.
I've seen them.
Pogs were like a trend, and they're these little cardboard circles that have a cartoon character on it or something like that. So his argument with his pull tabs was that he has a circle design on the front that changes, and his argument was that you could cut that circle out and collect it as a pog, and therefore the game piece had value other than gambling, which is a pretty clever loophole to think of.
Yes.
Nowadays, that's why people are buying them, so they can collect pogs. And most people don't. But I'll say, I don't know. Some people probably do still collect pogs.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff comes back in style. Vinyl is popular. Cassette tapes are popular again.
That's true. And I just saw some Pokemon cards that I had when I was a little kid selling for a lot of money.
You're right, exactly.
It makes me regret letting those go. So, yeah, this is wild. So the creator of this, the Wisconsin Souvenir Milkcaps, he died in March 2022.
Yes.
Who's running the company now?
His nephew. Still within the family, his nephew and his sister are really the only two employees of the company. They have a little office in Oconomowoc. It's in an industrial park, and I got to visit. They have these giant pull tabs are blown up, decorating the walls.
Oh my gosh!
They have Walter's milk cap collection, his vintage milk cap collection on display there, and that's where they run the pull tab empire out of that little office.
Orthodontic Experts, an established high-quality orthodontist accredited by the Better Business Bureau, is officially offering braces and aligners for every budget to the Madison community. Committed to making a lasting difference in the lives of their patients while striving to be an industry leader in the orthodontic field, Orthodontic Experts is where the best value, quality, and accessibility align. With flexible treatment options ranging from traditional metal braces, gold braces, ceramic braces, and clear aligners, there's an option for every member of the family. There's no reason to put off your personalized orthodontic care. Visit Orthodontic Experts Madison at 1710 Egan Road for your no-cost consultation today. Their team of experts are ready to make your dream smile your reality. Have you ever tried Jones Dairy Farm all-natural chicken sausage? It's full of flavor and protein. The no antibiotics ever version is a fan favorite at Costco. Chicken sausage is a great alternative to pork sausage because it's lower in fat but not flavor. They're fully cooked, making breakfast quick and easy. They're recommended heated up in the air fryer, making them perfectly crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside. Find Jones Chicken Sausage in the freezer section since they don't use any preservatives. Jones, making breakfast better since 1889.
Hi, David Plotz here. I'm the CEO of City Cast, and I'm here to ask you to become a member of City Cast in your city. City Cast is doing something no one else has ever tried. We're building a network of daily local podcasts and newsletters in cities around the country. My City Cast colleagues and I passionately believe that cities are incredible and that we can make them even better. So that's why we've got amazing, super local daily podcasts and newsletters made by locals for locals in 13 cities. Little by little, every day, we're making our cities a little bit kinder, a little bit more interesting, more joyful, more informed. But this isn't easy or cheap. We've got 5 full-time employees just in your city. If you become a member, your financial support will help keep us bringing you what matters in your city. The news and events, the stories and controversies, the lists of the best ice creams and worst intersections. Please become a member today at membership.citycast.fm.
At City Cast Madison, we bring you stories and ideas from voices across our city that you might not otherwise hear. We believe that good local media isn't just about keeping you informed. It's also about broadening your perspective and helping you understand the people who share the city with you, even if their experiences are different from your own. We want to build bridges between neighbors, inspire empathy among us, and remind us that no matter how big our differences might seem, we're all part of the same city. That's why we need your help. By becoming a member of City Cast Madison, you're investing in local journalism that brings people together and strengthens our community. Join us today at membership.citycast.fm. And don't miss out on our offer to get an exclusive City Cast Madison tote bag when you become a member today. That's membership.citycast.fm. I remember thinking, when I got my first pull tab, how does this work? And I was like, okay, so I just go to the bar and I get a dollar. Like, who's giving me this dollar? Is it the bar? I feel a little bad taking $1. Talk about Midwestern. I feel bad for taking $1. But how do the logistics of this business work? Like you said, you could win up to $250.
It's kind of a complicated process. So Wisconsin Souvenir Milkcaps provides the game pieces, And most of those are sold to distributors. And they provide bars with a lot of pinball games and, dollar change machines and stuff like that. So there's not a lot of profit in selling a pull tab because that's now split between the bar, the distributor, and the company that made it. But if you multiply that dollar by the millions of pull tabs being played across the state, then it's some good extra money.
But what does the Department of Revenue, who runs Wisconsin's official lottery, think about souvenir milk caps?
They're not happy with it.
Yeah.
At all. They see it as stepping on their toes, cutting into their own profits from their, state-sanctioned lotteries. This was actually a very exciting part of the story. When Walter got his company started, the police actually raided his office and they confiscated all of his pull tabs and even his vintage milk caps that he had collected.
That seems gratuitous.
They went in, they seized
We're
it all.
going to take your milk caps too. Don't you ever try this again.
Yeah. They took everything. They took everything related to his business. And he was upset about it, of course, because he had studied that long statute that I read and designed his pull tabs to, be legal based on that. So they're not only a collectible, but the other thing that makes them legal, by the way, is they're actually considered to be a sweepstakes because you can request a form that you can fill out, mail it to the company, and the company will send you a free game piece that you can play. So that makes it a sweepstakes.
Part of the loophole.
Yes, part of the loophole.
That you can actually, so you're saying like, you don't have to buy one of these tabs. They will send you one for free over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I talked to the company, they said, yeah, some people do that. It's usually people who are like way up north and out of range of a pull tab machine. But, the majority of people actually pay for them because they want to enjoy this while they're having a beer at the bar.
Right. It's kind of an in the moment thing, not like mail something and then get it back.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. So he was upset by this and he was like, I'm going to court. And he went to court and I loved the decision because they were like, well, we're not quite buying it, but technically you're right. So
how did he know so much about the law? Was he a lawyer?
No, I think this came from business, operating a business that dealt with bars and money. He had to have some knowledge of how those systems work.
Yeah, I mean, because it was like, this was his retirement plan and it's been so successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, doesn't it seem shady to you? I don't know.
I wouldn't say that it's shady. I find it to be clever.
Yeah.
He saw the law, he studied it, and he was like, well, this is a way that I can work my way through this. So, and I understand the Department of Revenue doesn't appreciate something cutting into their profits, but I don't know. It just seems like fun. It's such a fun thing that it doesn't seem insidious at all,
Yeah. It's so fun. I mean, I also, when I was buying my pull tab, they said it's like it goes to charity.
Yeah, some they have a special pull tabs that they'll give some of the profits to like breast cancer awareness foundations and stuff like that. So not all, but some of their pull tabs are charity based.
I think that specific one did. And we're not the only ones who have pull tabs. Like they're in Wisconsin, but I hear they're pretty popular up there with our neighbors in Minnesota.
Minnesota apparently does more pull tabs than the rest of the country combined. It's a big thing in Minnesota. Pull tabs. Everyone's doing it. It's a huge money maker there.
Wow. They do more than everyone.
More. I think I found that there was like 10 or 12 states that do pull tabs, and they usually go by a regional name. Like I forget, one state has them, but they're called like pickle boards or something.
That's fun.
They have these different names, so they are legal in a few states. But yeah, Minnesota does more than all of those states combined, easily, not even close.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. Do you think you can get addicted to them?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. I mean, it is a form of gambling, and I think that all gambling is addictive, especially to certain types of people. So it doesn't seem like something where, you'd be losing your life over it because they're only $1. But I suppose it could.
Yeah.
It could become a pull tab problem.
Well, so you've done it a bunch, right? And you said the most you've won is
$2. Yeah.
but the max is 250. I'm curious, what are the odds of winning? Are they better than Powerball?
I forget what the odds are, but it does state them on the pull tab itself. That is one of the things, according to that statute, that you must do. You must keep records of the winners. You must clearly state the odds of the game on the game piece.
That's fair.
I think it's like 1 in 700 or something like that is a winner.
Hey.
Yeah.
When you go to the bar, do you go to bars trying to find pull tabs?
I do. It's so funny because before I worked on this article, I had played a couple of times, but didn't think too much about it and didn't really notice it. But now whenever I go into a bar, my eye is scanning the perimeter, and I'll be like, oh yeah, there's a pull tab machine there in the corner. So
yeah,
I haven't spent a fortune, but if I see one, I'm likely to put $1 into it if I have one.
It's so fun. Would you say, these souvenir milk caps or pull tabs are a quintessential part of Wisconsin bar culture?
They are, I think. And it's just kind of a fun, nice thing to do, especially with your friends. You throw in a few dollars and you can all sit there and see if you won. And like someone I quoted in the article said, a lot of times that money goes back into buying more pull tabs or buying a round of drinks if you get a winner. So it's just kind of a fun thing to do at the bar.
Yeah. They should also throw in winning salty snacks. That'd be a big hit.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That was such a good article, such a good piece that you wrote about this. And I really trust you and your Wisconsin expertise because of how you say the word milk.
Yeah, yes. Well, I was born and raised in Wisconsin, so
yes.
I do say milk and bag and...
T, thank you so much for giving us a little bit of insight into this phenomenon that's here in Wisconsin, the milk cap souvenir, the pull tabs that many of us love.
Well, thanks for having me, and good luck to everyone listening that's going to go out and try a pull tab. I hope you win.
That's Milwaukee freelance author and journalist T. Krulos. If you want to read his full piece on the Wisconsin pull tab history, which is wonderful, go check out our show notes. We've got a link to his Milwaukee Magazine story there. That's all for today. Here on City Cast Madison, I'm Bianca Martin, your host. If you enjoyed the show, why not share this episode with your luckiest friend? And hey, a reminder that our end-of-year membership campaign is underway. Become a City Cast Madison member to support journalism that connects us with our city. Go to membership.citycast.fm right now to join. If you're already a member, thank you. We see you, and we couldn't do this work without you. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more stories from around the city. Until then, take good care and stay cozy.